Lycan is the kind of person that hasn't even looked at the drama, has half listened to it, and has got takes about it.
Maybe I did. Maybe I'm a revenge bird. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe I am that really bad thing that I've been criticizing someone else for being. If you are a Stardust fan, you've got negative IQ.
I mean, I don't think...
Okay, this guy, who even is he? Okay, this guy's worthless in this conversation. Worthless. Worthless opinion, don't care, leave the call. I've got to be honest with you, okay? People are acting like really fucking weird about this Hunter Avallone stuff. I don't get it. Hunter Avallone's just been on stream to talk about it and give his take, and he's lied through his teeth at times. And people are like, why are you still talking about this, man? Because it's developing and continuing. Hunter Avallone has just spoken about it publicly for the first time. Yeah, obviously people are going to still be talking about it when, you know, the fans continue to be flamed. It's just funny to me, man. You know, obviously, listen, obviously, I think it's quite obvious what's going on here, okay? Hunter's a nice guy. He's got the right politics. You know, we should go a bit easier on him. You know, that's fine. You know, obviously, if you think that, that's cool. I don't think I've been that hard on Hunter, but when he's going on and telling lies... Do you know what the biggest problem with it is? Do you know what the biggest problem with it is, right? Okay. Hunter is now lying to try and, you know, make out like Kingston is a coercive quasi-sex. I mean, when you're calling someone sexually coercive, you're trying to, like, Me Too them, right? You're basically trying to Me Too them at that point if you're trying to sexually coerce them. If you're trying to say they're sexually coercive. Like, I don't know, man. It seems kind of shitty that just because this guy is a fucking greasy sleazeball pornographer, it's acceptable to tell lies about him, you know, to hide your own embarrassment over what happened and save face. That's fucking insane to me. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everyone else is stringing up the Kingston guy. He's greasy as fuck, but not what they're making him out to be. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's my point. And they're going to get away with it. And they're going to get away with it amongst more progressive side because people aren't actually looking into it and are just accepting what Hunter's saying at face value. You know? But it's not true. He's lying. He's lying about these sex being coercive. If you read through them, there's no coercion at any point in those sex messages on the 24th of May. Like, she is a willing participant in it. Yeah, I don't know if Lycan's subtweeting me or not, but, like, he, you know, Lycan is the kind of person that hasn't even fucking looked at the drama, has half listened to it, and has got takes about it, okay? Go and fucking look into it before you start commenting on it, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. The criticism isn't even just, oh, he used his marriage as a dunk. The criticism is, okay, he's used his marriage as a dunk and now is crying for privacy, despite the fact he has put his marriage front and center of his content multiple times. That's what the criticism is. It's not just like, oh, he uses marriage as a dunk. You know, there's a substantive criticism of Hunter there. And obviously Hunter's got no humility to admit that and is just fucking doubling down on it. Well, no, it's not even Hunter necessarily. Well, it is somewhat, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, okay? This was dead. Guys, as someone who covers this stuff, I'm telling you, yesterday afternoon, during my stream, this was kaput. Everything had been spoken about. Everything had been covered. It was dead in the water, okay? Then Stardust did a stream about it, said a bunch of bullshit about it, right, that people are now talking about. And then Hunter came onto the stream. So it's just reinvigorated it again. Crazy. Because now, obviously, because Stardust has spoken about it and said things that the Kingston guy isn't happy with, okay? Kingston is now having to respond and go, oh no, wait, hang on. There's more information that you need to look at here. Which is then creating more drama and discourse around it. Listen, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm going to cover it all, okay? Listen, I'm just going to start timing people out for this, okay? Until you learn. Guys, honestly, look, with all due respect, I don't think Destiny's like meaningfully. I don't care what other content creators are saying about this. If other content creators have got a problem with something I've said or the way I'm talking about it, okay, they can come to me and let me know. And I'm going to be able to kind of contend with that and discuss it with them. I don't really care what other people's content creators' takes are. Okay, you know, if there's something like Hunter's coming on the stream, obviously that's big fucking news. You know, so I'll cover that. But generally speaking, I don't care about this person's take, that person's take, that person's take. Okay, if someone has got an issue with the way I'm doing it or what I've said or anything, I'm more than happy to discuss that. Okay. So yeah. Well, you know, look, at the end of the day, I don't think, you know, I would take some criticism. I would take some criticism, which is like my coverage has at times been gratuitous. Like, yeah, it has been. You know, I've been excessive and I've covered stuff, you know, in a gratuitous way. But I don't think I don't think at any point I've said anything wrong or lied or been dishonest. The only things I might have taken some L's on is perhaps being a bit too, like, I think I might have said something like, oh, Kingston did nothing wrong or something like that. But like, I think there is some criticism due for Kingston for the way he's handled this. Certainly. But yeah. But honestly, one of the biggest problems that I've got with this, in terms of like an actual take, obviously a lot of it is drama, memes, content, stuff like that. Okay, right? I don't like the fact that just because someone is a gross, greasy, you know, sleazy, manipulative pornographer guy, okay, right? Okay. I don't think it's right to hang this accusation that he's sexually coercive around his neck when the evidence that we've got points to the other person being a very willing participant. And the reason that he's been called sexually coercive is to kind of obfuscate and hide his own, you know, his you know, his own embarrassment or his own bad, you know, his own embarrassment or his wife's like bad deeds in this. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just think it's a bit gross to just accept that some guy is getting fucking maligned. You know, I've even seen takes where it's like, oh, well, he's like a bad guy anyway, so who cares? Yeah, someone could be a bad guy without being sexually coercive, you know? And that's the thing now. And do you know what the beauty of it is? Do you know what the actual 5D chess 200 IQ play is from Carissa here? Is she's been able to put him in a position where Kingston's now deleted his video. So Kingston's now deleted his video. So it's more difficult now to scrutinize those messages. And it's easier for Carissa and Hunter to paint whatever image they want about what was said in the video. So they can just sideline it as, oh yeah, there was some sex, but it was coercive, without actually looking at the sheer kind of volume and scale of the messages and the obviousness of Carissa's kind of like, you know, interaction in it. Anyway, so I was getting annoyed earlier because I feel like Stardust coverage was just dishonest, just a dishonest attempt to defend Hunter and Carissa, in order to basically, you know, perpetuate and support their narrative. Hey, thanks for the $5.
Hard work. Love the content and have a pint on me. Cheers, M8.
Let's continue on. Should I watch this bit?
W PowerPoint, thank you.
Okay, right, listen, I'm not going to get one guide, but I'm not, listen, I am milking it, I'll admit that. But, like, there is new information that's come out now, and we're going to milk it even more. Let's go, come on. Apparently,
I mean, he was involved in her OnlyFans, though, right? Like, he was, like, I think I mean, I don't know anything about the OnlyFans, to be honest with you guys. I don't know what they did, but apparently, like, he was also in the OnlyFans pictures or whatever. So.
At this point, what Kingston should do, if I was Kingston, what I would do is I would do another video. I wouldn't be as gratuitous about it, okay? I wouldn't be gratuitous about it. What I'd do is I would, like, just have a selection of DMs that show the interaction that demonstrate that Carissa was clearly very into like the interaction. Don't put any nudes or censored nudes or anything. Cut all that shit out. It's not necessary. Maybe just show the points at which She sent a nude because that's a sign that she was also kind of into it. And then I'd probably leave out some of the, as much as we've memed about it, I probably wouldn't include the gangbang piss orgy shit at the end. That is gratuitous. Is there anything in this next 30 minutes that's worth listening to? I mainly just wanted to watch this panel where apparently she gets pressed on some of the shit she was saying. Here we go.
My Discord fucking breaks every time I turn on my camera, so
she ran and she changed her mind.
yeah, that's totally what
Decided to
happened.
come back.
Totally what
No,
happened.
people don't run from me. Okay. Well, except for Sunday. He keeps consistent with the meme.
Based.
Let's see here. Let me put you guys on screen. So what's up, guys? What's going on?
I didn't actually know why you invited me on after Hunter left, because the big thing I wanted to say was like why I thought he was approaching things poorly, and it basically had to do with him like giga chatting the situation in a very poor way, like him
I tend
saying,
to agree with you, yeah.
yeah, I saw your take on it. Yeah, because he would say like, okay, now I'm done engaging, and then he would go on to meme forever on Twitter. He definitely, somebody brought up him using his marriage as like a sticking point against like red pillars to say like, well, you can't criticize me for my openness. I live that trad life that you guys talk about anyways. Shit like that. But
he does say that, but he says it in a way where, like, so he's talked about this on numerous debates and numerous shows where he says stuff like, you know, I'm actually married, I have kids, you know, we live together, they have both of their parents, like stuff like that. But he doesn't seem to like, those seem to be the only aspects that he's really talking about. He's not, I don't know that he's ever saying stuff like, you know, we would never do an OnlyFans or, you know, any of the things that people would consider to be hypocritical in this situation. I don't think any of those things actually apply to what's happening.
Is this guy fucking... The criticism, okay, I mean, the criticism that I've got anyway is really simple. I mean, if I was coming at it from like a red pill perspective, I think that, you know, to have an OnlyFans is in opposition to the concept of what a trad relationship would be. You know, the idea that you can have an OnlyFans and you can sext on OnlyFans and that doesn't matter, and you would upload photos of you naked and videos of you having sex or getting a blowjob. That is not a trad relationship. So you cannot claim to have a trad relationship or use that as a flex whilst, or you know, to later just to completely go against that, right? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Also, the other thing as well, further to that, right, is also this aspect of the criticism isn't necessarily just that. There's another element to it too. Hunter is now calling for privacy, okay? Hunter is now calling for privacy, but he has repeatedly used his personal life publicly to bolster his debates or his points, used it as a flex. He's like had conversations with people that have like been lusting after his wife. What the hell is this? What the... 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days. I didn't even cover this for 5 days. Jesus, it's not even that much. But yeah, I don't think that you can repeatedly use your marriage, have your wife involved in even like debates, have her and thumbnails, say debating the guy that's got thirsting after my wife and stuff like this, and then just because it's stuff that's embarrassing that's coming out, suddenly go, oh no, I want privacy. If you want privacy, okay, keep your relationship out of the fucking limelight, all right? Don't plaster it over thumbnails. Don't constantly fucking bring it up as some sort of flex in debates and stuff like that. So again, people just aren't really understanding the criticism and are just acting like, well, there's no hypocrisy here. It's totally fine to go around saying you've got a trad relationship only to later set up an OnlyFans and have the wife sexting other people.
Happening here.
Well, yeah, I tried to even reply to him on Twitter and be like,
so this is hopefully I'm going to get to speak to this guy, and this is the one piece of the puzzle that I think is, you know, is valid. And I'd say that at times I've probably given more weight to the idea that maybe there is something there, but there is no evidence that proves that he was justified in being concerned about a hit piece being made about him, or the idea that like there was going to be some public statement made about him. As it stands, without any sort of evidence, I would say that he freaked out unnecessarily about something that spooked him, right? That seems to be kind of what happened. Obviously, we'd probably need some sort of evidence to show that he actually did, you know, have that happen.
Hunter, please, with the fucking, you know, this is my last time engaging, and then it didn't. He just likes to argue with people. I don't think he cares, honestly. So, I mean, I tried to tell him, and I, you know, I was saying, like, if any other content creators wanted to jump on, but I think he had to go because he's out of town, so, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'll be honest. I mean, he might be out of town, but I don't really buy it. He was gonna go on Chud's, and then Chud found some conflicting evidence from like his story versus what was on screen, what we saw in screenshots. And don't get me wrong, I think that Kingston guy is absolutely a scumbag. I think he definitely was developing feelings. I think he definitely was like trying to get in her pants, wanted like a side girl and stuff, and it seemed like he was upset. Like she wasn't playing into his wanna be like pimp scenario, right? That's what I felt. That's what I got from it. But Hunter has specifically only engaged in areas where he feels like he's gonna get optical wins. So,
Well, I would ask, what is the conflicting evidence? Because I initially thought that there was conflicting evidence as well. But then I got like more of a full story from like multiple sources. So.
Well, the problem is going to be that Hunter did not give you a date for when their relationship like officially ended. And don't get me wrong, it's a marriage. So them splitting up, they've already said that they've talked about it for like a year and a half at this point, right? And so this is obviously like a build up to a conclusion. So there's going to be a point in time where they're sort of separating, not just emotionally but physically too. But the problem is that without Hunter giving a date,
Relax. Don't worry.
I can't really tell you, but Hunter was saying he didn't get cucked in this scenario, and that Carissa didn't pursue any sort of like physical action outside of what would have been permissible with the OnlyFans situation, right? Until after they were split up. But the problem
you
is
can't really call it conflicting information then, because we just don't have the information.
What do you mean?
You can't say that it's conflicting. This is conflicting information when we don't have the evidence to say that it's conflicting, right?
Yeah, you don't know what it is conflicting because we don't know when they actually separated.
I'd have to go back to the Chud VOD because he showed it either yesterday or the day before.
Okay, guys, listen. Look. Okay, listen to me. Okay, listen up now. Nothing's gonna happen on stream. Don't get excited. Okay.
There was a specific DM that he sort of like showed that Carissa posted herself.
Yes,
That
it
would
was.
have proved the point.
I think I know which one, because I or at least I saw a contradiction too, which was when Carissa was.
It was
talking...
the panties one. It was you know what I'm talking about, where she's saying like, this is how you lure your man to come do the dishes or come do chores or whatever, and she sends like Hunter a text saying, hey, I'm wearing somebody's favorite color, and then Hunter says, oh, I'm right down there or something like that. She posts that, but it's actually not in response to all of this drama. It's posted like a week before, like before they ever announced that they're actually split up.
Yeah,
and she
but
has
the,
text
but
with that Kingston guy before that date.
Yeah, but the split happened, I think before.
Yeah, so you're talking about
yeah.
You're talking about when Hunter posted the tweet saying that they like announcing their divorce. Hunter saying that they actually like agreed to separate before they ever posted anything.
Yes, but he never says when, which is
Right.
like a problem.
So that's what we're
Because he
saying, is
was
that it's
willing
not
to go
really
on Chud's.
conflicting.
He was
It's
willing
just-
to go on Chud's up until Chud showed that tweet that I was talking about. and then all of a sudden, mysteriously, like Hunter didn't want to go on.
Oh yeah, he had to go to see an apartment viewing just minutes after he said he was going to come on.
Which is why I also have a problem with him saying, like, yeah, I'll come talk to you, Star, because you're charitable. It's like, I mean, if you're willing to go on Chud,
I
and
wouldn't.
then you back out.
You know, I don't want to play stuff because I did get pretty exclusive information. And it was not through that, you know. So it's not like I didn't put like work in, you know. But yeah, I mean, I get it if he maybe doesn't want to, you know. I get that it looks weird, you know, that he doesn't want to go on Chud's after Chud showed that. But you know,
bear in mind that like he went onto Stardust stream very, very, you know, very quickly on a fucking mobile whilst out of town. You know, like why was why was he so willing to get on fucking stream on that particular stream just off the back of what? Like Stardust positive courage. Stardust had basically just gone on and gone, oh yeah, Hunter basically did nothing wrong, and this Kingston guy is actually the terrible person. All this, like, obviously he's going to go on there because he knows he's going to get, you know, a good crack of the whip, so to speak. But I mean, and then he says at the end, he's like, oh no, oh, that's it. I'm not going to speak to anyone else. Okay, like you've not really been meaningfully challenged on anything, you know?
You know, again, like, I think I worked pretty hard to paint like a full picture here. So with extra information.
I haven't seen everything that you showed.
Yeah.
Mostly because at the beginning of the stream, it seemed like a lot of what you were putting together, I had already kind of pieced together, but it seemed like you had the problem where you showed the one video by Kingston, right? And it just had like no, it wasn't even the video by Kingston. It was when you showed the My Free Cams account, yeah? With the blurred
that's not this stream, no.
Oh, Stardust getting pressed on showing the my free cams account. No way.
No. What I'm saying though is that it felt like some of what you were telling everybody, I had already kind of figured out, which is like Kingston being a creep who was like really needy and like demanding, and she didn't want to follow through on like a lot of his.
No,
demands,
I mean, yeah, sure. I had a stuff that had been sent to me from sources like close to both sides, essentially, that kind of demonstrated that further, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that narrative.
Yeah.
Actually, do you?
Well, so Sassafras earlier was sending, like, when she was asking questions, she was talking about the fact that, like, on the 15th of last month, she was sending him, like, you know, very provocative
The 15th
videos.
was the first day that they became, things got sexually intimate.
Right. And so that we're saying back then she was not afraid of him in any way, and then later on she became afraid of him.
No, the 15th is basically what happened is on the 15th, and I showed screenshots for this, is Kingston is talking about how you know, you won't engage with me sexually, you're not being as submissive as you will, and after that is when Carissa's like, okay, and she starts engaging with him sexually.
Right. So she's not afraid of him at this point, or she is afraid of him?
I mean, I don't think she's afraid of him. I think that she just feels like this is weird, but she just kind of she thinks that this is like part of it, like part of being in this industry. So she just kind of
okay. I could accept that if, you know, at the start that was all that happened, but that's not all that happened, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I could accept that if the messages ended there, but then we've got days later, we've got repeated sexual conversations happening.
It goes along with it.
I thought you were saying that her friends said that she was afraid of him.
No. Her friends did not say that she was afraid of this guy. Her friends just said that she felt a little bit uncomfortable. So.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I think it's fair to say
If you feel uncomfortable with someone, right? Why? I mean, you might accept that they were conversing with them for maybe some OnlyFans advice, but you wouldn't take it any further than that, surely. Like, I hate the fact that because this guy is just a fucking sleazebag, pornographer or whatever, anything that's said about him is going to just be acceptable, and he can just get totally berated publicly,
she might have felt uncomfortable over the course of their engagement.
Yeah.
Those DMs are pretty they're pretty forward.
No,
And they're,
I
like,
agree with you. I
exchanging,
don't.
like,
I
fantasies back and forth.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that very clearly she engaged in a sexually intimate way over text message with him, over Discord message with him. I don't disagree about that. And according to Hunter, it wasn't a violation or whatever. But I'm just going based off like the stuff that I received. That's all. But yeah, no, I agree. She may have been uncomfortable, but she did engage very willingly in that. So. And multiple
Wait, hang on.
times. He did a Discord message with him. I don't disagree about that. And according to Hunter, it wasn't a violation or whatever. But I'm just going based off like the stuff that I received. That's all. But yeah, no, I agree. She may have been uncomfortable, but she did engage very willingly in that. So, and multiple times. Yeah.
Okay, why wasn't that in any of her coverage before? Why is she only saying that now when pressed on it? Why did she not make that clear before that she had that perspective on it? Why is it only now when someone is actually pushing her on it she goes, oh yeah, actually no, she did willingly engage multiple times?
I find it hard to believe she wasn't at least somewhat enthusiastic at first, to be honest.
She could have been. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
I've seen the evidence for it.
It seemed like part of it was that, yeah, she wanted to learn how to be like I guess an OnlyFans girl, like sexting people and all of that, and he was supposed to walk her through this, but then he kept talking about like her being his girlfriend and stuff like that. And it was like, wait,
Yeah.
that doesn't seem like that's what y'all's relationship is here. What? And he even said like, I was teaching her stuff and I was coaching her on all this, but then he shows like a bunch of very like sexually intimate DMs, and what you read in the DMs is very different from the way he characterizes it, where he's saying like, oh, I'm just coaching her, I'm just telling her how to do this stuff. But in the DMs, it looks like he wants her to, he says at one point, like, you'd be a pretty boss bitch and make a really good girlfriend. And it's like, wait.
Well, no, obviously, Tom is so retarded, man. At the start, yes. At the start of the conversation, that was what it was. He was just coaching her and giving her guidance and advice on like how to do it. But later on, especially after it became sexual, it did seem like he expressed an interest in, not just like a sexual relationship, but something beyond that.
That's weird.
The part with I fall in love so hard and so damn often, right? And he talks about if if I were square, I would date you. You'd be a great girlfriend. All of that. So.
Yeah.
What do you think about the okay, so I know there's shit with Spicy Chat, but a lot of them have the theory is that she was just a side hoe, and that all of this like, how do I say, like him saying I thought you'd make like a good girlfriend is him
just because you have to, yeah, well that's my problem. That's my problem with it. I hate this idea that we have to act a certain way just because someone's got like the correct views. Like, I just, if Hunter was willing to just take a couple of L's and just be honest about what happened, if Carissa hadn't have tried to act like this guy was, sexually coercive in those messages on the 24th of May, a lot of this would just be dealt with. But it's because Hunter can't take an L on this from any angle. Like, what L has Hunter taken himself? What humility has Hunter learned from this? Like, there's nothing he said which demonstrates any humility or, any learning or any like, oh yeah, I messed up here, I messed up there or something like that.
just wanting a side hoe and nothing more. Now, I disagree with that sentiment, but what do you have to say about that? Do you think it just stopped at a side hoe?
Honestly, I honestly I go between him thinking he had feelings for her and wanted her to be like a second girlfriend. Like he's into that poly shit, right? And him pretending that he wants her to be his second girlfriend and really just wanting to make money with her. So
Okay.
I go between those two. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just presented what I had. So
What about you sharing the revenge porn claims?
I watched the second version of the video on stream. So if I watched revenge porn, so did everybody else. But I will say the first.
Wait, does that make it okay? Wait, hang on a minute. Wait, what? Whoa. I may have broadcast revenge porn as per Hunter's claims, but a lot of other people did too, so it's okay. Also, I am still trying to find out about this narrative. I don't buy this narrative that they were 2 videos. I've only ever known that there was 1 video. If there were 2 videos, I'll consider that, obviously. But the video I saw had like poor censoring, sure. But this narrative that there were like 2 other situations. The narrative there were 2 videos and like the first video had worse and then somehow it got edited to have better censoring. Seems like complete bullshit to me. Hang on, I'm getting some information through. I'm getting some information through, guys. Oh, wait, hang on. So there's a tool to add blur. Okay, I didn't know that. If that's the case, then yeah, I'll take the L on that, you know?
Version of that video does qualify as revenge porn. I don't know if you guys have seen the.
I don't know if I ever saw the first version of the video. Did it have it completely uncensored?
So
it was censored. It was not censored well enough. It was a very, very see-through blur.
Where she's like holding up the tit, and it's just the tit blurred out, and that.
Yeah, and it's not even good blur. Yeah, that's essentially that. Essentially, does and I'm glad Nicholas Diorio agreed with me. That he considers the first version revenge porn as well. So.
Okay, I will take the L on the first video. Apparently, I'm told there was a first video, but then there's a tool on YouTube where you can add a censor, and that was implemented on, and then that was the version that people were watching.
Yeah. I thought you showed something else afterwards. I thought you showed like a campsite or something like that, or like her OnlyFans or some crap.
Not today. And even if I did, I blurred everything. I've privated those videos though. So
yeah, can I say I actually think people can say what they want, but to me, even with the blur, depending on the quality of the blur, I still think it counts as revenge porn, because part of blurring out or censoring a photo is not just to make like the identity of a person unknown. And we definitely know with his blurs, like we knew exactly who it was, we could prove it, and that's fine. If people want to say that, like okay, he's just posting it to prove it was her sending nudes. That's all well and good, but with the
Chud, imagine strangers on the internet talking about your wife's sexual preferences. Don't think you would like it. Well, that's why, okay, even if I was married, I personally just wouldn't mention or discuss aspects of my relationship, except just throwaway comments, maybe occasionally. But like, I wouldn't use it as a center point of my content or use it to make some claim about how I'm based and trad and you're not or something like that. Yes, I'm reading YouTube chat.
Blurs that he put there, part of censoring a photo is to like make it.
Yeah, listen, the blur stuff, that is, you know, that's something from the start that is just, you know, there's absolutely no reason, even if he was panicked and in some rush apparently to get this out, that he couldn't have just done what would have been a lot easier. Just put a black box over it. Just put a big black box over it. The what's his name? iHypocrite covered the video. In the coverage in Spicy Chat, it had big black box over it. The video that was on, what was it called? iHypocrite's video had these black bars over it. So I just don't see why Kingston couldn't have just done that and it would have solved a lot of these problems. And he, you know, has obviously, alongside the other criticizable stuff he's done, He's left himself in a position now where people could just point to that, and it means that people don't think about the other aspects of this, you know?
Unknown what the contents of that photo are. And I'm sorry, like, even with the blur, I can tell when it's her just...
Yes, the freaking yes. Oh my goodness, dude! Right, freaking there in the camera, bro.
Yeah.
That was so messed up, dude. Yeah, that's what I mean. He, I. There's no way he didn't know what he was posting. There's no freaking way. But okay, so wait. So if you took it down, Stardust, then do you think your like very see-through blur would have been considered?
I don't think my blurs were see-through. I made sure to make them very censored. So
Get impressed.
I don't remember, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
give.
Get
I'm
impressed.
just saying, I have definitely been on the side of Stardust. Should have blocked out some photos completely, and I think you did, intentionally or not. Share revenge porn. Now, obviously, that Kingston guy is the piece of shit who put up the YouTube video, so all of
Mhm.
that's on him. And I think I do think he intentionally blurred those photos the way he did to kind of like double down on her embarrassment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. That's like a really weird thing to do. If you like, I don't know, like, oh, I'm gonna blur them to stop it. I just think he's in fucking, you know. I just don't think that he had any conception of how visible it was and how like unacceptable it is to like share the things and then to have mediocre blurring in there. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible that he did it that way. It's possible that he did. But then, okay, but you're saying he's trying to, you know, the embarrassment thing. But then he took the video down after speaking to Carissa. Like, you know, if he wanted full maximum embarrassment, he would have just kept it up. The other thing as well is, whilst yes, he did leak first to a, you know, nebulous and non-substantiated claim that he had some insight into what was going to happen, right? Beyond that, it's like now at this point, obviously the damage is done with the video being released, and that was, you know, one thing about it, but now he is really just responding to people commenting on this. And bear in mind, yesterday, this was dead. Yesterday, this whole thing was dead, right? Stardust did a stream about it. Stardust went ahead and spoke to like the parties involved, but then in a coverage, she didn't like do a good job of like actually telling both sides, was heavily biased towards Carissa and Hunter, and kind of shit on this guy. So, you know, obviously he is not happy about it. I woke up to everyone fucking tweeting about, you know, people tweeting about it, and people on Discord going, oh my God, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's like, if Stardust either hadn't done a stream about it, right? Or alternatively had done a stream and been a bit more, you know, bipartisan, there probably wouldn't be this drama about it now. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Keep them coming, guys. I reckon we can do this tonight. What do you reckon?
I'm gonna have to disagree.
Thank you, Davey.
I went into Photoshop and made sure I blurred things pretty significantly, but I mean, you know, it's fine. I'm open to criticism, and I privated the videos anyways, so you know.
Yeah, I don't know if it was even your stream. All I know is that somebody sent me some sort of Twitter post from last night, and they said this was from your stream, and the blurs seem very similar to what his blurs were as far as how see-through they were. But I have no clue if it was actually your stream or not. So
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm a revenge pornographer. Who knows? So.
damn.
What? Yo, what is this? What the fuck? Yeah, maybe I am that really bad thing that I've been criticizing someone else for being. Like, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. Let's do that again.
Yeah, I don't know if it was even your stream. All I know is that somebody sent me some sort of Twitter post from last night, and they said this was from your stream, and the blurs seem very similar to what his blurs were as far as how see-through they were. But I have no clue if it was actually your stream or not. So
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm a revenge pornographer. Who knows? So.
Damn.
Yeah. Revenge
That's
pornographer
freaking rough.
Stardust.
This is, yeah. Stardust just gets criticized. She gives it and tries to downplay what she did. Exactly. It's like, I don't know, it's so annoying. Like, you can't just fucking, like, if you're going to Giga Chat it. Yeah, I'm a revenge pornographer. What of it? But then she can't really do that because she's been critical of others for being revenge pornographers. I'm sorry. Okay, you dusters are honestly, if you are a fucking Stardust fan, you've got fucking negative IQ, okay? If you unironically are watching Stardust, it's honestly, I don't understand how you can do that and then come into my chat and fucking be like, oh, do you think she's being serious? She is getting criticized for something totally valid. She's criticized the other guy for it, and she's just going, oh yeah, maybe I am. She's doing it as a deflection because she doesn't want to deal with the criticism.
So I'll look through again and see. I mean, I don't know. But I don't have it in front of me right now.
Yeah, I mean, my main... I'm sorry, 1 second, Tom.
Go ahead.
My main sticking point is just, like, when you're blurring a photo, especially for, like, porn and stuff, the objective... Like, if you've seen enough porn, obviously, no matter the amount of blur, you're going to be able to conceptualize some kind of photo inside of your mind. But the idea is to make the content
We're getting there, guys.
And I feel like, at least on the side of Kingston, now, I don't remember your stream, but at least on the side of Kingston, that effort was not made at fucking all.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, especially in the first version. Because the first version was, I'm telling you, man, the first version was 100% revenge porn. So
yeah, I think I edited the first version. I just didn't know there was like a later version put out.
Well, the first version, like literally only small parts of those photos were blurred. It was, the entire thing was visible except for like one tiny portion over like a hole, you know? And it was like, yeah, it was not good at all. So
yeah, what she's trying to do is she's trying to say, well, the first version was even worse. So like me showing this version that was more blurred is fine. That's not necessarily true, is it? Like, what if the first version was blurred? Sorry, what if the first version was uncensored and then your version had a very slim bar over the necessary bits, but you could still see quite a lot. And then you were just like, well, that first version didn't have any censoring. Mine's got some censoring at least. I don't like... I just think that a lot of people could have avoided this issue by not just watching the uncensored video on their stream, or not watching the video at all. You don't necessarily even have to watch that video. It's not necessary to cover this. Yes. 30 left, guys. Come on, we're going to do it.
Yeah, and the blur was completely see-through. So he didn't upload a new video. He just used YouTube's blur system to put like an extra blur on top of it and blur out more of the photos. And so that was when everybody says like first versions versus second version. It's the same video both times. He just used YouTube's editing system to add an extra blur on top of it.
Do you think if you put your entire asshole online, you get to feel bad if someone else puts it online too? I mean, if it's like, it depends on the circumstances, I think. I think that in a private DM, if you send a nude and that isn't like a nude that you've put elsewhere and someone shares that, like you've sent that in like with a level of privacy, right? Like, for example, let's say that you post videos of yourself getting fucked. If you did record something more intimate for you and your partner, and that then gets leaked, I think that it's reasonable to like feel upset about that because there's a level of privacy that you've kind of wanted to engage in there, you know? But I don't think it's reasonable to think that someone should not care about nudes of them being leaked just because they post nudes on the internet, and then there's a private DM where you send a nude which isn't available publicly, and they leak that. You know, that is like a breach of trust type situation, right?
Of it.
Do you have sympathy for Carissa after she sent sex videos to a pimp she barely knew? I mean, no. I don't have any sympathy for, like, trusting a pimp. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, why the fuck would you do that? That's insane. Why? Someone's trying to fucking totally do OnlyFans, and you're giving them so much. Like, it was probably... She probably didn't think he was going to fucking leak it all, right? But... especially some of the things she was saying to him about like the relationship between her and Hunter was just ridiculous. Like, why there's literally no need to do that.
So did you think was there anything that Hunter said when you brought him on that actually was enlightening to you in any way?
No, but you know, as much as people say it's cope, I do believe that he actually thinks this is funny. So, yeah.
Wait, what?
No, but
What was the
So did
question?
you think was there anything that Hunter said when you brought him on that actually was enlightening to you in any way?
No, but you know, as much as people say it's cope, I do believe that he actually thinks this is funny. So, yeah.
I mean, I have no issue with the way he's handling it. He can handle it. It's freaking his crap. I think a lot.
Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what clues me into Hunter thinking it's funny? It's him desperately trying to dunk on 0-follower Andys that are shitting on Twitter. That is a very standard sign that someone just genuinely thinks it's funny.
The people like talking about, you know, his answers for a lot of this stuff. Honestly, if let's say he is lying about all of this, I wouldn't give a crap. It's his it was his personal life that was just thrown out there into the spotlight for absolutely no reason. Like, he has no obligation to give us more details or truthful details on this whatsoever. It's like
I tend to
when
agree.
President
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I would agree that aside from like pointing out where he's being dishonest or whatever, you know, I think that I would broadly agree that lying to save face for yourself isn't really that big a deal in the grand scheme of things, okay? It's kind of funny if someone is obviously trying to cope, but I think if you just tell a couple of lies to save face about your situation, people will generally forget that and people will, you know, move on, and it is what it is, right? But if your lies implicate someone else, okay, and through your lies you're implicating someone else as having done something bad, that's a different story to me. That's a different story to me. The whole reason Kingston made the video is a lie. I wouldn't call it a lie. It's an unproven claim. At this point, it's an unproven claim. There's a couple of ideas of why he made the video. It could be that he had his nose put out of joint because she ghosted him, so he decided to release it. It could be that he heard, you know, rumors on the grapevine that something was going to get released, and he released it. It could be that there was maybe some public statement that we haven't seen because it was quite somehow, I don't know how that would be possible, but maybe somewhere there's a public statement that he saw that freaked him out and he decided to release it. So there isn't really any good proof of like the exact reason that he decided to release it. But nonetheless, as I've said multiple times, you know, even if there was something, the gratuitousness of what he shared was excessive in not censoring the photos and in revealing a lot of information that wasn't necessary to like clear his name, you know? So fucking stupid. This dude leaked a bunch of private details and you keep defending him. Ian Peer, you are fucking retarded, okay? I'm not defending him as such, okay? I'm just pointing out that there are multiple reasons. Can you prove to me right now that the reason that he leaked it was because he had his nose put out of joint and was upset with Carissa? Can you prove that to me right now? Like, do you know what I mean? There isn't any evidence of anything, right? Obviously, there's different things that it could be. There's what is it? No! Okay, Ian, you must be retarded. I'm not saying I can prove it either, okay? I'll take an L. I think at one point earlier, I maybe gave more credence to the idea, okay? At some point in my coverage, I gave more credence to the idea. But now, my position is, it could be these options that I've just explained. Yes, I agree. I don't know why you're saying this to me like I haven't said this already. If he's got proof, he should show it, okay? If he's got proof, he should show it. I think that, you know, it's certainly possible. It's certainly possible that happened, but we haven't seen any proof. I agree.
Sunday's name gets leaked and everybody's like, I don't know, he might be lying about whether or not that's actually his real name. Yeah, like we kind of expect if you don't want personal details released and this is supposed to be private, that you might be lying about whether or not it's actually your details.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's kind of the point, right? Why would anybody give a shit? Because one of the problems is that, like, if this was like about Hunter's wife's nudes, which by the way, I just think he shouldn't have done any PR tour or anything like that, because if they're separated, he should let her fall on her own sword. He doesn't need to defend her. She doesn't need to defend him. Take care of your relevant points. Stay the fuck away from each other. I mean, and still co-parent your kid, but that's beside the point. I don't want to get into parenting or anything. But the problem is that, like, when this stuff comes out, it's kind of like the Steven Crowder situation, where it's like, well, now we're curious about your relationship because you sit here and in debates use your marriage as this like tool.
An unproven claim becomes a lie when there's evidence presented that the alternative is true, okay?
To like win over people in arguments.
Ian, I agree with you. He should show evidence. I totally agree with you.
And so we want to know.
And the thing is, if anyone showed any evidence of anything, okay, I'd be if someone was like, actually, here's messages where he's stating quite clearly that he released it because she ghosted him, I'd be blown the fuck out of the water. I'd have to take a massive L on that. Boom, there we go, okay? Yep, sure, there we go. It turns out that he did actually leak it because he was embarrassed. And then on the other hand, if it comes out and it's like, oh, here's some private conversations that he was privy to where it was made clear that like some sort of hit piece was being planned. Boom, there we go. Like, I'm all for more evidence.
Somebody is making a claim that shit's awry and it's not exactly what you think it is, and you're just hiding.
Wait, what? That's the mother of her kids. Of course he is going to defend her, especially since Kingston has got a bigger platform than her. Where? Kingston's got like a, what, 200 sub YouTube channel and 200 or 300 followers on Twitter. The person in this situation with the smallest platform is Kingston. What do you mean?
Hiding how fucked up
What?
your marriage is. Well, I think it's fair for people to be curious about that, and obviously content creators doing what they do are going to want to sit there and actually like dissect the situation and figure out what's true and what's not.
Yeah, I don't think I'm saying that, and I don't think any of us are saying that nobody has a right to cover it. I'm very much on the side of cover whatever the fuck you want to, right? But at the end of the day, like, Hunter's only gonna give to us what he wants to give to us, right? And I don't think he.
I don't know the exact number, but I'm pretty sure she had like a few thousand followers on Twitter. I don't know if she's got her own YouTube channel, but that probably is quite small. But yeah, I don't think it's arguable that Kingston is the one with a bigger platform in any of this. He's the smallest creator in all of this. Unless there's some, maybe he's got some porno stuff that I'm not privy to, but in terms of like, you know, non-pornographic public-facing stuff, I mean, he's got the smallest platform in all of this. So he's, you know, and this is the problem from Kingston's side, is you've got people going on, you know, got Hunter going on to stream as Stardust, and he's not like able to say his piece. I think the Stardust may have had him on after, so maybe he should have been more vocal in that during the time. But, you know, it's only fair, I think, that he gets the opportunity to speak up on this if he wants to. But I don't know. I don't know what Kingston's going to do. I don't know what Kingston's going to do from here. He's in a difficult position to defend himself against these claims of him being sexually, like, what is the word? Coercive, because yeah. He's like you know, it would be like if, I don't know, what's like a famous sleazy pornographer guy? If it came out that Hugh Hefner was raping. Did Hugh Hefner ever rape? Did Hugh Hefner rape? Thank you. Oh my god, we're going to do it. Okay. Oh, hey Carissa, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying the coverage anyway. Yes, I've got your DMs. I'll drop you a DM back after you. Bit awkward, isn't it? A little bit awkward. Little bit awkward what we're going over right now. Yes, I've got your DMs. I will reply, okay? Don't listen, guys. Let's just chill. We don't need to do any memes about it, okay? There's nothing to them that you should be concerned about. There's nothing to be concerned about, okay? Just relax. Just relax. Everyone relax, okay? breathe, okay?
Anybody's obligated to give us that information. Really, we can hope for that they do, but
She wasn't even
at
mad
the
at
end
me
of
in
the
the
day,
DMs, no.
you know, he does what he wants,
But, you know,
right?
okay, listen. Stop it! No, enough. No more jokes. No more jokes, okay?
But I think to be honest, like from my read of the situation, I really don't think Hunter seems hi Akana boy. I don't think Hunter seems that bothered by it. I think he thinks it's funny. I genuinely do think he thinks it's funny. I think the real issue is probably
Honestly, if Carissa's going to come by any recent stream, I think this one is probably the best one. Let's be real, okay? I think this one is probably going to be... I'm not cucking anything. I just listen. I'm not cucking anything, okay? I'm not cucking anything. She doesn't want to come on stream, clearly. So, no! Oh my god, you can't... I'm not a monster, okay? I'm not a monster, alright? Come on now. Come on now. Puzzles and Survivors. Anyway, guys, come on. Download Puzzles and Survivors.
is how Carissa is feeling about all of this. So
People
Hello,
are
everyone.
acting like him. What's up, Econo Boy?
By the way, nice to meet you.
A lot of people are acting like there's some sort of hypocrisy, like we talked about earlier. But I think, like Six said, like there is the element that he's always used his marriage as, like, you know, a thing for public eye. That it's that him and Carissa are both public figures. She goes and does debates. They are both very openly married. Yes, like their relationship has already been content for a long time. So now that, like, it's not good relationship information, yeah, there's no, like, people who were upset with folks for covering it whatsoever, there's nothing to be upset about. Their relationship was always content. It's not just newly all of a sudden content. It has always been.
I mean, the thing about it as well is I think that, like, and listen, when I say stuff like this, I need to preface this every time. I'm not a good person. I'm not trying to say that I'm such a great guy because I didn't cover something or something like that, okay? This is what it looks like when you try to bully a guy and your efforts fail. The Chud cope. What cope are you talking about? Anyway, I'm not trying to say like I'm a nice guy, I'm a good guy, or like, oh yeah, aren't I moral for not covering it, okay? But what I'm just trying to point out is that... Thanks for the $2.
Ask her if Five Guys is her fave burger joint.
Guys, if I end up speaking to her, I'm not going to joke about that's just gauche. That's very gauche, okay? Come on now. That's ridiculous. I'm a professional. I'm always a professional, okay? Listen, okay? What was I trying to say? I was trying to say something important, okay? I can't remember.
Content, and it's not fair to be like, oh, well, we can talk about our relationship and make it content only when things are good, though. As soon as things are bad, it's no longer allowed to be content.
Based from Tom.
I mean, that doesn't really follow, though, right? Because, I mean, I don't think...
Okay, this fucking guy, who even is he? He's some fucking guy that talks about economics. He's called a Connor boy. Dude, we don't want your opinion on drama, okay? We're not interested. If we want to talk about what the fucking American GDP is, okay? If we want to talk about, you know, taxation rates on imports, we'll let you know. But otherwise, fuck off.
that they... That's one of the things, that's why I hopped in, was that it does seem weird to me to say... Well, he represents himself living this sort of trad lifestyle as a talking point in debates. Therefore, you know, we should be able to talk about his relationship broadly. But why does that follow?
Oh my god. This is what's so annoying about these people that half follow the fucking drama and hop in to talk about it. It's not just the fact that he's used it as a talking point, okay? He also has made his marriage, like, you know, central to his content at times, to the point where Hunter is debating a guy that's got a crush on his wife, apparently. Like, that isn't just saying, oh, I've got a trad relationship. Like, he has made content out of his so-called private life that he's now trying to defend.
Logically, right? I mean, just because he shares...
He also he debated his divorce before this all came out. He had a public debate with someone about his fucking divorce.
Just, like, for instance, like, if I had my wife on stream just to have a conversation, now and then. Let's say she did her own thing on YouTube. I don't understand how that possibly makes it okay for people to dig this deeply into their relationship. It does seem weird to me.
I don't think it's okay for the guy to release the information. I think it's wrong that he released the information. What I'm saying is I don't think it's wrong for people to cover that he released the information. So the guy unpromptedly released DMs, nudes, all sorts of stuff. Like, no matter what, revenge porn is going to be wrong. No matter what, leaking DMs is going to be wrong. But covering drama within their relationship, that's already content. Like, they already make their relationship content. And so it's like their relationship is already content. I don't have an issue with people covering the fact that all of this happened with his relationship. But I think the guy who released the information is wrong for sure.
I mean, it seems like, I don't know. We can talk about that a little bit. It doesn't seem like Hunter. I guess I don't know about Carissa. It doesn't really seem like he minds people talking about this. I'm not sure if he said like, please don't ever, like, please nobody cover this, nobody talk about this, right? So
also incorrect. Also, okay, this guy's fucking worthless in this conversation, right? Hunter said when he announced his divorce, please respect me and my wife's privacy, okay? And then in his most recent statement, he also said, you know, you're all obsessed with my private life. I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like that. So clearly, like, he is wanting some level of privacy and for it not to be discussed. So again, wrong again.
Like,
yeah, he has.
In that regard, it's totally fine, right? But I think that's the only regard that it is fine, because if, for instance, I think if Hunter had come out and Chris had come out and said, like, you know, we'd appreciate it if nobody covered this, like, this is our real lives, this isn't really like drama content, I feel like that would be a perfectly reasonable thing for them to say.
Okay, it's like, was it? Yeah, obviously, you're not going to want people to talk about this shit, right? But that doesn't mean you can come out and say, please don't talk about it, and people are going to be like, well, I got to respect that. Like, honestly, the fucking takes on this are crazy to me. This idea that there's like some sort of, you know, like when it's all public and everyone's fucking covering it. Like, what? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. And the thing is as well, the thing is too, because here's the thing, right? Listen, again, I'm such a nice guy. I'm such a nice guy, okay? This video was spreading, and the day that it was spreading, I referenced it on stream and talked about it a bit. But I didn't like watch the video or really talk about it that much. But then when it started to blow up, it's like, well, everyone's talking about it now, you know? But I found the video, it was like 7 a.m. my time, I think, on what, Thursday or Friday, I think? To be fair, you all are trying to build a timeline down to the minute of their split so you can shit on someone. Yeah, sure. What's wrong with that? If people are being dishonest about things and you want to say, well, actually, based on what we've got, that's not the timeline. That's fair enough, no?
Hey, and I think it would be, like, the right thing to do would probably be to not cover it.
Yeah, I think everybody has this like fear of like Streisanding affect themselves anyways, and to be honest, most content creators
worthless.
At least a lot of relevant...
Worthless opinion, don't care, leave the call. Absolutely fucking worthless, okay? Who's the bad guy in this story? Just curious. So based on all the information that I've got now, as of 20th of June, 2023, okay? Everyone has got some criticism to bear, okay? There's some criticism to bear all around, okay? So, obviously, based on what we know, there isn't any proof that Kingston released it off the back of people's talking about him. If that comes out, great, we can reassess it. But releasing the video in the first place was unnecessary, and it doesn't seem like his concerns were valid, right? So, sure. Not blocking out the messages were unnecessary. So that's also a thing that you can fault him for. The excessiveness of the information. See, this is the thing. People just want to go, oh, the revenge porn guy's bad. No, you are being fucking manipulated by the narrative that is now being presented by Hunter and Carissa. You are being manipulated by the fucking narrative. You are being fucking manipulated because you're just going, oh, the revenge porn guy's bad. No, there's more to it than that. So Carissa cheating is obviously the instigator to all of this. That's, you know, That's bad. You shouldn't cheat on your fucking husband, okay? The degree to which she trusted him and the information that she gave him is bad, right? The guy then freaking out and releasing a video is bad. The guy not censoring the photos is bad. Carissa then trying to paint the guy as like coercive in order to hide up the fact that seemingly she did cheat based on what we understand is bad. Hunter also joining in and trying to do that is bad. Carissa going to the guy's DMs and trying to use suicide to get him to take the video down is bad. Like, I don't know, there isn't like one unique baddie in all of this. Like, especially now as the story's developed, there's like a lot of criticism to go round. Do you know what I mean?
Bigger ones, probably just wouldn't listen to that. I mean, I know I certainly wouldn't. Mostly because like even
I mean, Chud, some people are digging into the kids. Go and speak to them about that. I've not at any point dug into or like meaningfully. I've barely referenced their kids. I think maybe in passing of like, you know, I feel bad for the kids or what about the kids in this or something. But I mean, I'm not digging into the kids at all.
even a few days before.
Well, that's like the practical. I'm saying
Anyway, I don't care about your dumb moral frogging in chat. I'm done responding to it. No more getting one guy by moral frogging, okay? If you don't like what I'm saying or don't know what I'm doing, you know what to do. Just exit the fucking stream and don't fucking come back, okay?
just like that's practically speaking probably true, right? I'm just saying that. But what people should do, it's like, I mean, I think it kind of
Like
makes
in a
sense
world
to...
where we're all nice to each other, it's kind of like Truman showy.
Yeah, well, just like the morally right thing to do. I think it would be reasonable to respect that request.
So yeah, I don't know where morals come into this. Like generally what you're doing. It's similar to like saying like if I do something stupid on my stream that's really embarrassing and then I ask everybody not to cover it, it would be the morally right thing for you to not cover it because it's embarrassing for me and I don't want you to do it. Like how is that different from this?
I mean,